What is going on, guys? Welcome to the stream. Now, you probably saw a little frustration going on here. I got a new phone. And now somehow, because of some things I don't quite understand, I'll have to figure out later, my Twitter account suspended because of it sees me trying to log in from another device, blah, 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 yada, yada, yada. I'm going to tell you what, running a YouTube channel, having everything connected through your computer, then connected through your phone, connected through an iPad, connected through all this stuff, when you switch one of them up, it's tough. It is tough. What is going on, Vipero? Welcome to the stream. Serra, welcome in. Andre, welcome in. What is going on, brother? Sentinel, how are you and Becky doing? Eagle Star, welcome to the stream. There's a lot of stuff going on tonight. So in the very first three matches, of course, this is part of the second round of Wrestle War 1. We have the Fiend, Cecil Davis. Totes actually didn't have to do this, but is putting his title on the line tonight against Hulk Hogan. We've seen those guys wrestle in the past and very early on in Season 5. Now here in Season 6, looking like these guys in Wrestle War are going to tie it back up. And now, Robert Kemp. Basically, you could call Robert Kemp the savior of the New Bloods, facing Cody Rhodes tonight, trying to get some points, trying to continue the streak that he's been on to do that. And just like we thought, Serra and Repentia will be facing off against Tekryn and Nikkita Walters. Tekryn and Nikkita Walters not really a tag team, but you will see them tag up from time to time. And I told you, the women's light heavyweight champion, much like Totes McGoats, will have their title on the line in about every episode that we can do it. So, because we missed the men's television title, tonight, Drew Hawthorne, who you might see him pop up. He is in our Discord channel, but in the Discord, he is known as of course, it's not going to show it. S. Yeah, just joined the Discord a little bit ago, but now it looks like S. So anyway, but that is the brand new, the newest member of the Bark Squad. Now, Drew Hawthorne going to be making his debut tonight. And not just any debut, but making the debut and going after the television title. Hardcore Championship on the line tonight. Eagle Star. Look at those two masks. Almost looking the same, very similar. But they will be going after those tonight. JP and JP Squared going after the Universal titles. And then in the main event, we will see 6 of the women going after Misti's survival title. Again, all random. We don't know how that's going to go on. So let's go ahead and get this thing rolling. Testing 1, 2. I don't know. It shows that it's working on my end. If you can't hear anything, it's got to be the sound. There we go. Spedworm, there we go. So here we go. The first 3 matches tonight. Remember, these first 3 matches directly affect Wrestle Wars in the second round. We are in the second round right now. So, but these have a direct impact on those things. So the Fiend, Cecil Davis, the LWO, basically getting ready to hook it up here. Which one of these two are going to be able to make some inroads? It's funny, there are so many things going on with Wrestle Wars, and I've got so many things in so many different places. Let me go ahead and pull this up real quick. Pull this up, go into the channel. Where is it? There it is. Okay. So the LWO right now sitting at 25 points, and you look at Monsters Eclipse, they're a little bit farther back, sitting at 11. So this is a very, very important match. Of course, we keep saying this, it's important for anybody, but really, the Fiend tonight needing to come through with a win for his team. Fiend, the leader of Monsters Eclipse. Right now, all of them scoring points, but the Fiend only scoring 3. Braun Strowman with 4. Wade Walters and Brutus Walters each scoring 2 points apiece. So, in order to get back in this thing, in order to step up right now, you look at Team Black, Team Rhodes, the New Blood, and Monsters Eclipse, all in jeopardy of getting eliminated from Wrestle Wars. So this is a big match for everybody, but really a big match for the Fiend. What is going on, Temple? Welcome to the stream, brother. Witcher, what is happening, sister? Welcome to the stream. Similar. Yeah, I am also very sore. We really kind of kicked it up in the workout department. If you guys are following along at home, I've lost just right at 30 pounds. 28 to 30 pounds, somewhere in there. So, been getting that going again, so that's going really well.
And his opponent, representing the LWO from St. Louis, Missouri, weighing in at 226 pounds, one half of the WCW World Tag Team Champions, Davis.
So, never heard that voice before. We switched up some of the ring announcers and some of them. Never heard that one. Don't know why she didn't announce the first one. So, I believe her name is Alicia Taylor. Alicia Davis, something like that. But, yeah, that is an interesting voice. I kind of like that one. Don't know why she wasn't doing it in the first place. It seemed like she missed the first set of entrances. But, hey, whatever. Cecil coming down right now, half of the World Tag Team Champions. And Cecil Davis also not just helping the LWO get up there, but right now going into round 2, even though he's quite a ways behind, he is the second leading point getter. So this isn't like it's going to be a super easy thing for the Fiend. Still quite a bit of stuff on the line, quite a bit of... And the Fiend also not known for wrestling, really. Not really wrestling a whole lot here as of late. More focusing on leading his team. So that is also going to be very interesting. But never count the Fiend out. Fiend almost like he's got supernatural powers. Cecil trying to make sure he stays in control of this match, because if he does not, and the Fiend actually starts getting a hold of him, you know the Fiend can put a quick end to anybody's night. That is just how that goes. So, and Cecil at one point, again, the only member to ever in an 8-man elimination match eliminate all 7 of the other wrestlers in the ring. So Sting took notice of that, gave him a shot at the Universal title. Now he came up a little bit short, but still, to be considered by Sting as worthy of having a shot at the Universal title, that is some big things. So we may see him in world title contention here sooner or later. But the thing that has kind of slowed him down is Angel right now trying to make his way back in. Angel, a former WCW world champion, trying to claw his way back into it. And so that's kind of slowed Cecil down on that side. And Cecil is kind of really focused a lot more with Kemp Watson on the other side. Now remember, you can win. You can win on a count out. You're going to miss some of the points, but all the point totals have gone up once. So now it is 4 points for a win, 3 points for a submission, 2 points for a knockout or a pin. I don't think the Fiend appreciated it as much as maybe a wrestling fan might have appreciated it, but Cecil on the outside trying to slow the Fiend down, trying to maybe get that win by countout, and now Cecil taking it back to the Fiend. Fiend looking like he was going to get the offense really rolling, but Cecil knows if he does that, again, he can end the match quick. Cecil now grabbing the leg. 1, 2, and you're going to see some different referees here tonight. Going to kind of have a variety or a plethora of different referees, just like we're going to have some different ring announcing and some different ring announcers going on. Now, if you're interested on how you do that, when you create the match inside the universe, inside the show, every individual match, you can hit match options and go in, change the referee, and change the announcer. Lots of things you can change, but those are some of the things you can change right there. What is going on, Herbie? Welcome to the stream. And look at that, the Fiend showing you why he's a veteran, not even wasting the energy to kick out. But right there, that is Cecil's finisher. Is that going to do it? 1, 2, and the Fiend kicking out in 2, but look at that. Saving the energy to be able to kick out. Absolutely unreal. But again, total veteran move. And right now, tonight, we're coming to you a little later than we normally do. So there's probably going to be some people who are normally in stream that we don't see. And there could be some people that I know watch that they don't typically get to see it live. So this is about as late as I'll ever be able to go. But definitely going a little bit later. Fiend now trying to get it turned back around. And look at this. Every time the Fiend just about gets something rolling, Cecil turns it back around. So Fiend now starting to wrestle mad. And most of the time, you don't want to see the wrestlers wrestling mad, but the Fiend probably one that can get away with it. When he starts wrestling mad, he actually becomes more focused. Funny Totes story, when I was in high school, I was actually the only one allowed to wrestle mad. My coach he would stop things, hey, you don't wrestle mad. Me, he would try to piss me off before the match because I hyper-focus the more mad I get. And here we go. Did the Fiend just pull a comeback? It looks like Cecil is out on his back. And he is, and that is why you don't jack with the Fiend.
Here is your winner, the Fiend, Bray Wyatt.
So the Fiend really doing a good number for his team. His team was sitting at the bottom, but now that is 6 points going, so that should help them pull themselves up. Now, of course, it's going to depend on what the other teams do, but look at this. Fiend looking back at the ring. Looking at Cecil, and kind of makes you wonder a little bit. He's probably impressed with what just happened in that ring. Cecil giving up the size, right? but then really having a hold on that match. Fiend having to work and get back a couple big moves, and then the Fiend ends up walking away with the win and with the points, but probably still impressed with what Cecil did there. So maybe he's looking...
The following contest is scheduled for one fall and is for the Universal $1 Million Championship.
Yeah, light heavyweight champion. Welcome to the stream, Tammy. And this is something we have seen from Hogan. It is funny. Hogan has got the Money in the Bank. He is Mr. Universal Money in the Bank. So he could go after Roman Reigns at any time. But it would be very interesting right now if somehow Hogan, and not somehow Hogan can do it. Totes and Hogan have had some epic battles. But right now, Totes on a crazy roll, especially when it comes to defending title belts. Has defended the United States title belt a record 11 times and has defended the Universal $1 Million Championship a record 5 times. Before this, Goldberg had only defended it 2 times. He did it twice, but he'd only defended it 2 times. Totes already doubling, like double and a half in that one up. Could triple it by beating Hogan here tonight. But Hogan, being Mr. Money in the Bank, what if he ends up winning tonight? He wins the Universal title, plus he holds the briefcase. Totes then goes on and takes his shot at the Universal title, which very well deserved. Wouldn't be an easy thing to do. Roman Reigns absolutely dominating that Universal Championship. But Totes, what if he steps up and then Hogan could turn around and cash in the Money in the Bank briefcase and then take both titles from Totes, take the Universal $1 Million Championship and the Universal World Championship from Totes. I mean, or maybe he waits, maybe Totes can't beat Roman Reigns and then he cashes it in so Roman Reigns beat down a little bit. And then maybe Hogan can take advantage that way. So lots of things, like there's a lot of implications that could happen if Totes or if Hogan can find a way to win. Now, again, it is rare that we do this in Wrestle Wars, but Totes insisted. So this is a Wrestle War match. There are points on the line, but there is also the Universal $1 Million Championship on the line here as well.
Introducing the challenger from Venice Beach, California, weighing in at 335 pounds, Hulk Hogan! And his opponent from Huntsville, Alabama, weighing in at 258 pounds, the Universal $1 Million Champion and the WCW United States Champion, Frankie the Reaper.
What is going on, Spad? The newest member of the Bark Squad became a member and also going to be making his debut here tonight. And quite a twist that even he doesn't know about. Also, we've worked on the movesets too of Repentia and Serra, so that is also going to be interesting. Tammy will be defending her title belt here tonight as well. But first, this normally would be a main event, but because it is one of our Wrestle War matches, it will happen in one of the first 3 matches of the night here tonight. Hogan coming out, and we know Hogan is a member of the NWO, but Hogan has made it very clear he doesn't care what he's wearing, whether it was the red or yellow, whether it is the black and purple, whether it's the black and white, the black and red, it doesn't matter. He is the godfather of the New World Order, and tonight coming out in the red and yellow. And look at this, and I'm going to tell you what else, too. Totes has not let a lot of people know, but he has been working on some different moves. Don't know if we'll even get to see him in the ring here tonight, but we may. So something we're going to keep an eye out for. And Hogan getting to work on Totes. And Totes, no stranger to Hogan. Hogan, no stranger to Totes. And they both understand each other's strengths and weaknesses. So this is going to be very interesting. We have seen Hogan win some matches. We have seen Totes win some matches. And normally I would say you do not want to take Hogan on the outside of the ring. But Totes knows this, and look, using that to his advantage. And we've seen that Totes has used this before to win matches against Hogan. Kind of use Hogan's hubris against him. Most people wouldn't want to come outside, so where does Totes take it? Takes it right outside. Jessica Carr, though, in the ring, keeping an eye on what is going on. And for Totes, yeah, it does matter for the points. There is some of the new moves that Totes was talking about. He has added a lot of reverse DDTs to his repertoire. And again, remember, Totes, a member of the Horsemen, does not care about winning or losing to a countout, especially when a title belt is on the line, because you cannot lose the title belt on a countout. Look at both of these pros. Really showing you that they understand exactly what is going on. But both of them almost counted out and then finding a way to get back in the ring in the nick of time. One. And you can look at Jessica not wanting to count either one of them out, wanting to give the fans what they came here to see. And you got to believe that this is one of the matches that the people paid to see. Looking like Hogan's slowing it down, but look, here's the other thing. You know, Totes not wanting to lay on the ground for too long, because that only invites Hogan to drop the leg. Hogan playing it up to the crowd. Totes ducking underneath, hits him with another DDT. Now grabs the leg. 1, 2, and Hogan kicking out in 2. But look, you know what typically happens with that move. And he tried to do it. Totes went to grab him. Hogan instead hits him with a big boot and almost gets a 3 count right there. Totes going to put Hogan in the extraction. But like I said, these guys know each other. Hogan then right before the extraction hits him with a big boot, and here it comes. Is that gonna do it? Is the match over? Do we have a brand new Universal $1 million champion? No, we don't. Somehow Totes kicks out again. And Totes now trying to get this turned back around. Hits Hogan again. That is not the extraction, but that looks very, very similar. And what is this? Another new move, and it looks like Totes trying to set up for it, but Hogan keep it just out of reach. Like, don't be fooled. Hogan knows what could be on the horizon. He knows Totes can hit you out anywhere with it. And this is Totes' brand new move. Could he actually get it in? No! Hogan fights through his move, so we have seen now a brand new finisher from Totes. But Totes somehow kicks out of Hogan's finisher. Hogan fights through Totes' finisher. So you gotta believe that we have gotta be close to a conclusion in this match, but instead these two are gonna stand in the middle of the ring and duke it out. You gotta believe Totes, this is one of the hardest fought matches Totes has been in a long time. And of course, it would come from the likes of Hulk Hogan. Both men now fighting back and forth. Totes trying to come out on top. And here it is again, getting it locked in. We don't even know what Totes calls this new finishing move, but is Hogan going to tap? And he does! And that not only helps Totes retain the Universal $1 Million title, but that also scores 7 points for the Four Horsemen. What a crazy match. And Tammy, don't think I didn't see that. Rest in peace indeed to Bray Wyatt. What an amazing creator, like, in the wrestling world. I know he's a wrestler, but an absolute amazing creator. Did things that I don't think a lot of people did. I think he's like the second coming of Savage. If you look at some of the Randy Savage stuff, he was kind of a little bit ahead of his time as well. So, and then Bray Wyatt took it to a completely different level. So absolutely amazing. But holy cow, what a match right there. Both guys going back and forth. Couldn't have gone either way, or could have gone either way, but what a crazy match. Now, the big question is, can the Psycho Robert Kemp continue to be the savior for the New Blood? They actually, after the big win, put Robert Kemp in this position. Can he step up and fulfill and fill those shoes? What is going on, Blaze Radio? Welcome to the stream, brother. Hey, because of Rex, I had to give myself a different face scan just to try to really differentiate it a little bit more. And guys, with all the new subscribers that we've had coming to the channel, if you're not subscribed to Blaze Radio, go check out his content. Go check out, gosh dang it, Temple Plays. Go check out his channel as well. Great wrestling content creators. Blaze does a lot of other things as well.
Making his way to the ring from Atlanta, Georgia, weighing in at 220 pounds, the American Nightmare, Cody!
But yeah, go check out their channels. Great content creators. And again, they do it different. They don't do it like this. It's always similar but different. Their own style that, again, kind of born through blood, sweat, and tears. Like, you go through and then you kind of work your way into some things. I wish I didn't have to delete the very first 3 episodes that I did. They were so bad, though. But they were so bad. That's not why I deleted them. I would have actually got copyright strikes against me. But when you're a channel that below 1,000, it doesn't matter. But as I was approaching 1,000, I had to delete them. But as far as the announcing and the stuff goes, so bad. But you saw the progression of how it went up. So there's that. But that's what helps every single person, like, develop their own style, their own thing, and where they're at today. So definitely go check those guys out. What is going on, Dubs, brother? Welcome to the stream. And again, if you're of drinking age, Peach Crown, go try it. You're welcome.
Representing the new foundation from your darkest fears, weighing in at 238 pounds, Robert the Psycho Kemp.
But yeah, it's crazy. We're seeing the memberships grow. Which means when we see the memberships grow, we start to see the rosters grow. There is always room. I can promise you this. There is always room for active subscribers or members in this universe. Always room. I will always find it. We will always make it. No worries about that. Right now, I think we have 5 spots open right now. But that's the thing, you know, we take on WCW 2.0. We were TSW at one point, merged in with the WWE. Then the WWE wrestlers like Cody Rhodes wanted to start WCW 2.0. This isn't WCW what would have happened if. This is what would happen today if they brought it back. And so that's what happened. The WWE brings back a standalone product. WCW 2.0 brings it back. Some of the wrestlers from the WWE now heading back to the WWE because we're starting to be able to stand on our own. We have developed talent. And it's funny if you guys think about this. If you look at what we've done here, if you're one of the talents that are on here or you're not, you just tune in. Like, and I'm going to give you Sped as an example. He's going to make his debut here tonight, but he's been watching for a while. Hasn't been in the comments section, just been watching, just been checking things out, seeing how things going. But I can guarantee you this. You guys care about more of these characters than your own. We actually have gone through, developed talent, developed storylines, developed these characters, and you guys care about them. Just like I do. I care about them as well. It's the same thing. It is absolutely crazy. So, exactly, Dubs. It has been a beautiful ride, and the reason why it wasn't I did it, that's not what I mean when... Look at this! Cody Rhodes not even messing around. We're sitting here talking about some stuff, and Cody Rhodes ain't jacking around, and Jessica Carr's smacking the Psycho right in the face.
Here is your winner, the American Nightmare, Cody Rhodes.
But to finish out that, the reason you guys care about this is it's because of you guys. You guys have helped. We have built this thing, and it has not been me. If I ever say I don't mean it like that. It is all of us. And we've got help along the way. Blaze Radio, other E-Federations, getting to see what they do. Getting to see how they use my character, too, in their universe. Like, just the way they think and the way they do things. Like, it's, I'm always learning. You know what I mean? I could be the guy at the top of the mountain. I am not. But I could be, right? I would still be learning from everybody. Everybody I try to learn from. So, absolutely crazy. A much quicker match. I thought Robert Kemp was going to fare much, much better than that. But it happens. Sometimes you have an off night. Or is there something else behind it? And what I mean is you look at Cody Rhodes, right? They really needed that win. So did the New Bloods. They're sitting at the 11th and 12th spot, right? But Cody Rhodes has now scored all but 1 point for his team. Think about that. All but 1 point. So it's almost to the point where if you could take out a Cody Rhodes, you could take out the entire Team Rhodes. And Team Rhodes is probably who you'd want to take out more than anybody else. You look at their team, Booker T has signed a Legends deal, so he can wrestle for both promotions now. And the other three, Braun Breaker, CM Punk, and Cody Rhodes, all leaving the WCW to go back to the WWE after Wrestle Wars is over, at the conclusion of. So, really probably want to start getting them guys out. Now, we saw some crazy stuff last week. We saw 2 singles matches between these 4 ladies, and now we got to see the formation.
The following contest is a tag match set for 1 fall. On the way to the ring, the Gate Crashers.
But we got to see the formation of the Gate Crashers. Now, I have spent 3 days working on movesets, so let's see if it pays off. We have got to see if this pays off. Repentia and Serra having some brand new moves. But is that going to pay off here tonight? That is what we are here to see. Yeah, Solo too. Solo does it different than
And their opponents first, representing the Maniacs from the Wasteland, the Deranged Tekryn.
Yeah, it's crazy. You know, I probably couldn't be involved to the depth I'm involved in another, like, if there was another Solo Season 2 universe, I couldn't be involved in both of them. One of them takes a lot of time and effort. I got my own, takes a lot of time and effort, but to be successful there with what you got to do, you got to have some really thick skin. Got to understand it's all in jest. You got to cut a lot of promos. You got to do some stuff. It is really promo driven. We're not quite promo driven here. I do take your promos sometimes and we mix them into the storylines how we can do it. But
From Limbo, the Webmaster, Nikkita Walters.
but not quite to the same extent. Now, look at this, Nikkita Walters. Nikkita Walters got a complete makeover, and since doing that, we have seen a lot more of her now in Season 6. Really like the way her character is now. And it's the same thing with Tekryn. Tekryn, we had to give a complete makeover. If you're not seeing a character, I subconsciously, if I don't like the look of them, they don't make it in. That's not 100% all the time, but that's about 80%. Sometimes I've got to hold it back because I'm trying to fix something. Even though I don't control the wrestlers in the ring, sometimes I got to hold them back, allow for some things to happen, to allow some storylines to happen, to allow some of the winning streaks or losing streaks to happen. So sometimes that's it too. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. Now tonight, are we going to see, they didn't see a lot of success individually exactly, even though they've had very few matches. But is that going to change here tonight now that they are tied up, now that they are tagging up, and now that they are known as the Gate Crashers? Serra taking the first thing, but look at that. Repentia going, Tekryn seeing her duck down and then kicks her a second time. And this is some of the stuff where, you know, young wrestler, hungry wrestler getting after it. Tekryn understanding this. Tekryn been around since Season 1. You don't see a lot of her, but she has seen a lot of wrestling and very good at scouting out her opponent. Now Nikkita going, and Nikkita really seeing more success here in Season 6. Really kind of the escort of the Walters brothers, her being a Walters sister, so in the Walters family. But now starting to see a lot of success as a wrestler since kind of getting that transformation, getting the new face scan, getting kind of the different look. And here we go. Look at this. Look at this, armbar. What? Never in my life have I seen that move. Repentia fighting through it, though, now grabbing the arm. Can she get it turned back around and get the offense going in her favor? Look at this. Her brothers, two of the biggest guys in the WCW. Repentia now trying to get over to Serra, diving in, getting the emergency tag, but Tekryn right on top of it. And you know, you got to think maybe some of it's like butterflies, maybe some of it's a little bit of nerves, you know. These are some big crowds. It's not like you're coming into an indie promotion where it's some like small little garage band that's getting ready to play and you got 20 people sitting around. If you look out, you just take a little cross section of India, that's about 50 people right there. There's another 70 something people over there. So there are quite a few people, and didn't even really think about it, but there could be some nerves going on. But You get popped in the mouth a couple of times, that takes care of the nerves, and it looks like they are starting to figure that out right here. What kind of move is this? We've seen a similar move, but we have not seen that one. And now really getting to work on that arm. Getting Repentia tagged back in, and I'm going to tell you what. You would think that between the two of them, Repentia is the high flyer. She is not. She is the more of the in-your-face. Not that saying she won't take it to the top. She will take it to the top rope. Don't you worry about it. But really, Serra is your high flyer, and when she kind of gets some things going, you're going to see it. But look at this. You can see the bloody handprint that she wears almost as a badge of honor on her outfit. You can see it right there on her top. And where it exactly came from, I'm sure one day we will find out. Don't quite know it yet. But I'm sure one day we will find out where that bloody handprint came from. Now Nikkita whipping her into the corner. Are we going to see? No, we're not. What is that? Oh, you didn't know? Going for the pin, but Repentia a lot tougher. A lot tougher than you may think. She might look slightly fragile, but she is not. And you can see with all the offense that has happened, all the moves done against her, only a 1 count right there. And here we go again, right back into that second, right on the forehead. And now Nikkita getting Tekryn tagged in, Tekryn too. You know, you can look at Tekryn and you're just got to be like, freaky. You got to believe it. That is freaky indeed. I'm excited for Eagle tonight to get a shot at the Hardcore Championship. We've seen Eagle win the light heavyweight champion quite a few times, but gonna be going up against Digital Dogs, and that is quite the thing. And did you see that move? Holy cow, like let's not skip over that. If you didn't see it, go rewind it. That is quite the move. I don't know that I could have got up from that either. You saw Repentia's head come down and bounce off of the mat. And this is what I mean. Nikkita, not really known as being a wrestler, but she is starting to make a name for herself. And she is starting to move into the talks of maybe getting a title shot here before too long. So definitely need to keep an eye out for that. Tekryn, not really, again, she's not really like in the wrestling. She was building up for a while, but then all of a sudden kind of dropped off. Maybe she starts building up. Maybe she starts getting into some things. Definitely going to have to wait and see. Now, if you guys have been in this universe for a second, you know Heather D is Totes' wife. So this is going to be a good match.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall, and it is for the WCW Light Heavyweight Championship.
Heather D is the Mrs. Totes, you know what I mean? When Mrs. Totes calls. But Heather D, the leader of the New World Order, the oldest faction between the men or the women, the longest reigning faction where members have not changed. You look at every single one of the members of the New World Order, and every single one of them has held a world championship at some point. Not necessarily in the WCW. WCW still just getting off and getting started, don't get me wrong. But all of them world caliber, world class title holders, or having the ability to do it. They have won those titles. So a very dangerous alliance. One of the reasons why they have probably stuck together this long And probably one of the factions to look out for. Really, right now, you would think it'd be like the Hart sisters, but it's really the NWO and the Order of the Phoenix, kind of the ones that you really want to watch out for. A lot of talent on those two teams, and a lot of title belts, to be fair. I say this all the time, like, it's funny. If you've watched Totes in this season, you're like, oh, he's got to be the greatest wrestler because it's Totes. Nothing to do with it. Nothing to do with it. I can't even tell you why. Couldn't even tell you why. I don't put any more effort into him than I do into everybody. Everybody. Matter of fact, I don't know if you guys have noticed, I've tried to make him lose a lot of times because it is holding up some other storylines, to be fair. But at the same time, let's not complain about it, but I had other plans for those titles, and things happened. Same thing with Recon Delta. Recon Delta all of a sudden was crushing it. Now, you go back and look at other seasons. Totes went through like 2.5 seasons where he didn't win a lot of matches, to be fair. Just didn't win a lot of matches. And you didn't see a lot of them. And now, because of the 2 titles he happens to hold, you see him every time. That's not normal.
And her opponent from Montreal, Quebec, Canada, the WCW Light Heavyweight Champion,
TAMMY,
TAMMY!
too, in her debut, winning the light heavyweight title now in just her second match, putting that light heavyweight title on the line here tonight against the leader of the New World Order. And we haven't, because of Wrestle Wars, had a lot of title belts being on the line, so you're going to see a lot on the line here tonight. And I'll say it again, TAMMY is the only COD that I've ever downloaded that I made. No, I made one small, it's shadowing it, but I've made no changes to it. Heather, leader of the New World Order, getting off to a quick start. And then going for the pin, probably way premature. TAMMY just kind of sitting back, absorbing some of this offense, and then also, this was a move I banned in this a long time ago because they'll do it all the time. I don't know how Heather found a way to get that move back into her arsenal. We'll have to see. And look at this, taking the offense right off the top of that rope. Big moonsault. And right now, hard to say exactly what's going on, but because we haven't seen TAMMY enough to know. Is TAMMY kind of sucking her in, like saying, hey, look how easy this is, and then turn it back around when she gets to the outside, and look at this, looking like maybe that's what she was doing. And this is really, at the end of the day, got to almost be a harder match for Heather D. Not a lot of tape on TAMMY yet, but I've got a feeling TAMMY is going to be in the WCW for quite some time, or at least we hope she will be. Now remember, we say it, but you cannot win the title on a countout. So you can win a match, but you can't win the title. Heather, seemingly knowing this, referee up to a 7 count. Are they going to get back in the ring or not? Look at this. Look at this move. TAMMY jumping back into the inside. And Heather, I don't know, all of a sudden I thought maybe she didn't realize where the count was, but gets up and helicopter, brings down the helicopter Hurricane Rana right on the leader of the New World Order's head, and now delivering the elbows, the feet right to the face. And now looking like she's really starting to make some progress here. Hits her again. Getting her back to her feet, now picking her up. And this is her finishing move. Side note, we did have to change it. It's still basically the same thing. I don't know what you call it, but we already have somebody in the universe with that, and we only allow one person to have it. But instead of it being 3, it's now that same move, but 2. So, oh, went to put it on her again instead. H-bomb incoming. Hits her with the H-bomb, grabs the leg. 2. And Tammy kicking out. Not many people have ever kicked out of the H-bomb, but Tammy putting her name on that list. And look at this, the dastardly version of the New World Order. Heather taking off that turnbuckle. Now at their height, that would be, if somebody gets thrown into that, that should be hitting them like right about the back of the head, like top of the shoulders, back of the head. Just have to see how that goes. Referee still hasn't seen it. Now Heather getting whipped into the ropes. Oh, hits her, but look, Tammy's still down. Ends up missing the one kick. And now gets her here. Has her in this, like wrenching on the ankle and on the knee. Heather fighting through. Is that? Oh, if she gets this in, this might be over, but Tammy fights through it. Does not allow for the second H-bomb to happen. And back and forth both of these women go. Where they stop, maybe only this, I was going to call that a trifecta, but Heather stops at 2. Now backing up, Tammy trying to get back to her feet, goes in, and look at that kneecap right on that exposed turnbuckle. And that might do it right there. 1, 2, 3, and Tammy will retain the WCW Women's Light Heavyweight Championship.
Here is your winner, and still the WCW Light Heavyweight Champion, Tammy!
Tammy's saying, don't hold my arm, I know what I'm doing. So Tammy retaining the Light Heavyweight Championship. I'm going to tell you what, those are 2 really good matches. The Hogan match here tonight, then the Tammy match here tonight. Really good matches, really hard fought, back and forth. A lot of drama going on with both of those matches. But now, if you thought that was interesting, you were about to see the debut of the newest member of the Bark Squad, Drew Hawthorne. And this is not a tag team match. But a lot of people know that Bill Goldberg, William Goldberg himself, is the consultant for the New Blood. And now you are seeing the newest member of the New Blood. Goldberg now stepping aside, understanding he is not needed in Wrestle Wars anymore. Gonna step back and now be the consultant to the New Blood and not a wrestler in the New Blood. but bringing in the brand new Drew Hawthorne, who was making his debut here tonight and his debut with the New Blood. Getting his shot at the WCW World Television Championship, who right now is currently held by Rowdy, the enforcer of the Four Horsemen. It's funny, you look at the Four Horsemen, they've got quite a few different managers, no different from when Ric Flair, Arn Anderson, and you could list a whole host of other names, were in the Horsemen. But right now, B-Fab, a manager with the Horsemen. Totes has his own manager that comes down with the Horsemen. We got Wee Man that comes down with the Horsemen. So very interesting. Now, the really unique thing about Drew Hawthorne, he is 6'7" and only weighs 239 pounds. So he is still, despite what it looks like, in the light heavyweight division. Think about that for a minute.
Introducing the challenger from another time, weighing in at 239 pounds, gentlemen, Drew H. And his opponent from the nearest nightclub, weighing in at 304 pounds, the WCW World Television Champion, Rowdy.
Hey, what is going on, Repentia? Welcome to the stream. I'm not even going to change up Repentia and Serra's movesets because I've tested them a bunch. That match, they didn't really get going. But they will. And when they do, like, those movesets really go in. Took me 3 days to create both of them. But they really get going. So we'll see. See what happens. But right now, here tonight, Drew Hawthorne drawing the enforcer of the Horsemen, and Rowdy, just to be fair, has defended the television title a record 5 times himself. GC Rock had defended it 4 times. Rowdy beaten GC Rock and now defending it 5 times. And so, against GC Rock, Digital Dogs, Andrew Dubs, Dragonoff, Recon Delta, and Zach Hamilton. And Zach Hamilton when he was on his roll. So Rowdy definitely living up to the enforcer name. Definitely making the Horsemen proud. So, Drew not drawing an easy opponent here tonight in his debut, and you's about to see why. Rowdy, like a freight train, coming through. And Rowdy's one of those guys, you do not want to let him get on a roll. Goldberg talking with Drew right now, telling him, hey, get up off the ground. You got to get up. Don't let Rowdy get his paws on you. But the enforcer of the Horsemen has been doing this for a hot minute. So B-Fab right now just kind of sitting back and watching. And just a 1 count. And it's funny because, like, you look at this, Rowdy definitely in the heavyweight, borderline super heavyweight division. And you got Drew, who looks bigger than Rowdy, but really It's a lot of lean muscle in there. So, but he does have the height. So when you look at the power and how that's going to end up going, his power comes from moves just like that. You saw the height that he got up on him and then bringing him back down to the mat. Even a move like that, picking up the one leg and then driving the knee into it, it's still coming from a different height than most wrestlers are doing. And you got to be careful whipping Rowdy into the ropes, because if he rebounds off of it the right way, you are in a lot of trouble. Rowdy now fighting through this move, picking him up, and this typically is the prelude to his finisher, but grabs the leg, 2. And even through that power move, but here it is. The Rowdy recliner. Can he get it locked in? And is Drew going to tap out? No, Rowdy, knowing that it might be a little bit too early, lets him out of it to try to maintain control. And a big right hand splits open. Drew now grabbing the leg again. 1, 2, 3. And Rowdy will retain the WCW World Television title.
Here is your winner, and still the WCW World Television Champion, Rowdy Hunt.
Now, the crazy thing about that, if you just look at it, Rowdy, the last 2 title defenses, has actually won on a countout, but now getting back to ending it inside the ring. Doesn't end it on a tap out, but does end it with a pin. But look, you got to hold your head up high. You're going against the enforcer of the 4 horsemen. This is the guy that typically, when the horsemen are down, steps up, drags the horsemen along with him, and gets them out of the muck. So, very tough match here tonight. Rowdy coming out on top and extending that streak with the World Television title to a record 6 times. Now, here we go. Speaking of the Horseman, Eagle Star hasn't been on the best roll, and Digital has, to be fair. Eagle Star not on the best roll as of late, ever since losing to Chris Ray, losing the light heavyweight title.
Is scheduled for 1 fall and is for the WCW Hardcore Championship.
And it's just weird, because if you look at Eagle Star's career, so successful when it comes down to the light heavyweight title, but hasn't had that same success necessarily in the other divisions. Trying to get that changed here tonight, using Wee Man, bringing Wee Man down to the ring with him, and trying to change that here tonight. But look, Horseman, I got it, but giving up a lot of size. Now, for being a light heavyweight, Eagle does not wrestle like a light heavyweight. Eagle actually is a light heavyweight that wrestles like a super heavyweight. Not even a heavyweight. Like, skip over the heavyweight. Wrestles like a super heavyweight. A lot of power behind what he does. But is he going to be able to take out Digital Dogs here tonight? That is what we're watching. That is what we're trying to find out. That is what we're going to answer here in a few short minutes. You know, it's funny, too. We talked about the Totes My Goats thing, like Totes My Goats being on a roll, probably lucky for the world champions. I got to feel the same way about Digital right now. Probably lucky for the world champions or the U.S. champion or the champions, or even the television champion, probably lucky because Digital right now, and we're about to see, has had a lot of success in the one-on-one matches, has had success in the multi-man matches, maybe not coming out on top, but still getting some pins and getting some points through this Wrestle War. Now, granted, the male side is kind of facing the extinction event, right? But not because of Digital.
Introducing the challenger from Birmingham, Alabama, weighing in at 240 pounds, the Eagle Starman. And his opponent from Authority Megacorp HQ, weighing in at 382 pounds, the WCW Hardcore Champion, the Hawthorne.
It's crazy, too. Just a quick heads up. Eagle Star probably going to be debuting here before too long in the Solo Season Universe. So, again, if you haven't gone over to Solo Season Universe's channel, go over, check it out. I am probably going to change my homepage to show all the E-Federation channels that are on there as favorite friends of the channel. You know what I mean? So, I haven't done that in a while. I don't even know who's on there right now, except for a couple of them. GC Rock will always stay on there, of course. Love G, very good guy. Heck, if you haven't checked out GC Rock, most of you have, but if you haven't, go check him out. Great content creator as well. And I think he just went over 70 or 75,000, so that's a good deal for him. Congrats out to GC Rock. But yeah, definitely go check him out. Tell him Totes sent you. Anytime you go somewhere, go subscribe to the channel, click on a video, and then tell them Totes sent you. That way they know. But look at the state of this. You've got definitely a super heavyweight, a member of the Bikers getting after a member of the Horsemen. And there was a time, and maybe there'll be a time again. Who knows? Who knows what the future brings, right? But there was a time where the Horsemen were looking for their fourth one and kind of like informally extended an invitation out to Digital. Digital wanted to stay with the Bikers. Wasn't an official invitation, but just kind of putting out the feelers. Digital turned it down, though, so Digital very easily could have been a member of the Four Horsemen. Would have been some things to work out, but could have probably become and been a member of the Horsemen. Look at this, Wee Man Grayson helping out Eagle Star, distracting Digital, but Digital turning it back around and almost pissed off about it now. Picks up Eagle, throws him down, and not even a one count this time. Eagle kicking out, trying to get back to his feet. Digital staying on the offense here, and you can see the referee right on top of what is going on. But Eagle has got to get this thing turned around with a quickness. Digital, you can see Digital not playing up to the crowd like he used to. That used to be Digital's only downfall, and probably the reason why Digital isn't a world champion right now. Digital never being able to get on the roll because all of a sudden, like, the crowd would distract him. He'd get distracted with what's going on. But ever since the possibility of there being an extinction of the Bikers, with there being a possibility that the Bikers get wiped off the face of the earth, Digital has been very short-sighted. But look at this, as Eagle tried to collect that bounty, and Digital realizing what's going on, now trying to turn it around. Is he going to be able to get in the choke slam? Picks up Eagle and back down, and that might just be enough. 1, 2, 3, And Digital coming away with the win, beating Eagle Star to retain the WCW Hardcore Championship.
Here is your winner, and still WCW Hardcore Champion, the Dog.
Digital Dog kind of letting some folks know, like, look, maybe even if it's got to be a one-man show doing it, probably not going to let the bikers be eliminated. Not just eliminated, but disbanded. So, again, match coming up. All you got to do is win it. But still not going to be easy, but very good match. But yeah, absolutely brutal Digital Dogs. Like, I'm going to tell you what, the world champions and even Totes being the United States champion and Rowdy being the television champion better be glad nobody can take that belt off of Eagle or off of Digital right now. Just saying. And Digital right there winning that puts him in reach of tying the record if he can defend it one more time. So, yeah, absolutely crazy. But look at this. Look at the state of what's about to go on here. Universal Tag Team titles on the line here tonight. Final two matches of the evening. And look at JP. I heard through the grapevine that JP might have been starting to lose it a little bit with the losing streak that's been going on, with the fact that the Judgment Day also facing extinction, starting to lose it a little bit, starting to get a little bit crazy, and now you can see jacked up his hair somehow, wearing a shirt that is an anti-horseman shirt. You can see the horseman right there, but the thing all cut up, his shirt all cut up, anti-horseman, hair all kinds of jacked up. What is that going to mean? What is the state of his own state of mind? And is that going to help or hurt him here tonight? Andrew Dubs and Vipero putting the Universal Men's titles on the line right here. In the last one, they already broke the record, so now trying to extend the streak of those titles. We're starting to see, now that the titles matter, now that you get these boosts, now that you start to get some of this stuff, you're starting to see these title runs go a lot longer. So I love it, to be fair. That's exactly what I had hoped would happen, and that is exactly what is happening. And it means that the sliders, the AI sliders, the match sliders, the universe sliders are working. There's still a few things that we're trying to dial in a little bit more, but they are working. So I like to see that. And guys, while we got a minute, remember, drop a like on the video, subscribe if you're new, turn on the bell notification so you don't miss anytime we go live. Most importantly, share the video. And don't just share it with anybody. Like, yeah, go share it with everybody, right? Go share it on X, go share it over here, go share it over there. I can't share it on X right now. My account got suspended because I bought a new phone. That's what it comes down to. I gotta get some help from those guys, but share it to the people that said you weren't going to be a good share. So go share it to Facebook and X and all the places. But then, if your aunt, Lucille, said you're not a good share, I would just send it to her. Send her a link to the video and then say, you're welcome. I am a good share. And now you get to see Totes my goats. You know what I mean? What is going on, William? Welcome to the stream, brother.
The following contest is an elimination match and is for the Universal 46 pounds, the Universal World Heavyweight Tag Team Champions, the Syndicate.
You guys want to see something crazy? My new phone, but even on my old phone. Yeah, that's right. Totes My Goats, right on the old deal. There was a time you could buy a Totes My Goats t-shirt. I was the only one that bought one, though, so that got taken down. But maybe someday in the future, we'll do it again. But yeah, definitely. You can see right on the phone. I did go get a new phone, though, because you look at, I didn't even know, I took off my cover, and look at that. The front's fine. The back is all, I've never even cracked a phone before, but the back of this one, it's a 913 Pro Max, all jacked up on Mountain Dew. So there's that. But look at this, getting a quick start. Vipero getting after Jake Plague. And I'm going to tell you what, like I say this a lot, but if Jake Plague ever gets it going, Universe, watch out. You might want to close your eyes because it is going to get ugly if he can get it going. JP is Jaden. You'll see he's in the stream all the time. Says Jaden, but yeah. But yeah, JP definitely starting to lose his mind here just a little bit. I think the losing's starting to get to him. And now things starting to happen. Now you wonder, from the Universal Champions, what strategy are they going to employ here tonight? We have seen this happen quite a bit, where they don't exactly make the quick tags, where one of them will stay in for a while. We've seen them make quick tags. We've seen some different things. And not just one way. It's not like Vipero stays in the match and then JP stays rested. For a long time, it was Dubs that stayed in the match and Vipero stayed rested. But we have seen them lately switch that up. We have seen them switch techniques mid-match. So there is a reason why they are the Universal Champions. And look at that, already getting a 2 count on Dubs. And look at that move. That is the second time tonight we've seen that move. So interesting. Universal World Tag Team Champion telling the crowd, hey, you're going to want to hush because I'm fixing to jack some stuff up right here. Grabs the leg. Not a 2 count. So we saw a 2 count, now back to a 1 count. JP trying to get to his feet. Dubs trying to help him not get to his feet. JP blocks it. But Andrew Dubs, too quick, already coming back now. Remember, I think if you're inside the ring, this is where JP has the advantage. JP will take it off these ropes. He'll use the entire ring to his advantage. But right now, looking at Vipero and Dubs, regardless of, we saw Zach Hamilton step in for a little bit during the Wrestle Wars, but now that the titles are back on the line, these two have almost proven to be pretty unbeatable. So they have been quite a team as of late. JP squared, trying to change that tonight. You got Jake Plague and JP, so we'll call him JP squared quite a bit. Oh, and the chair proved to be a little bit too much. Took it a bridge too far, and now Jake Plague trying to get that turned back around. Trying to use the outside of the ring to his advantage. Andrew Dubs now trying to get a go at Jake Plague. Jake Plague not having that, though. And the referee already up to 7. Vipero focusing on JP. But Jake Plague uses that to his advantage. And now this could be the little crack in the armor that he needed. But And now splits Vipero open. And I'm going to tell you what, I am betting the champs right now. Cannot believe this is going on. JP now stepping into the ring, almost like he's starting to feed off of the energy and feed off of the momentum of Jake Plague. And now getting after Vipero, and the champions are having a hard time slowing down the challengers. Oh, going after Lucille, gets the baseball bat. Look, he hits Andrew Dubs with the barbed wire baseball bat, then throws it at Vipero. And we almost had brand new Universal Tag Team Champions. JP starting to get into it, and maybe the crazy is a good thing. Went to hit him with the finisher, but Vipero a little bit too quick. And now one good split open deserves another, and Vipero takes JP, splits him open, takes him up top, little flippity-doo-dah, top of the noggin to you. And Vipero getting all kinds of fired up, getting this thing turned back around. Jake Plague watching on, and threw JP right on that barbed wire baseball bat. But look at that, JP using the outside of the ring, the inside of the ring, stopping Vipero from hitting him with the baseball bat, but Vipero gets it turned back around. So if you ever wondered why these two are the Universal World Tag Team Champions, you are witnessing it right here. You get rolling on these guys, and then they turn it back. Whoa, never seen that before in my life. Dubs, apparently he hadn't seen it either, and DDT right off of the apron, not allowing JP to get back up. What is going on, Mr. Yeah? Welcome to the stream, brother. And Dubs, look at that, Dubs. You can tell, getting a little pissed off, but now taking that baseball bat that was brought in by JP, using it against his partner, Jake Plague, Vipero, and these guys, again, working really well together. Dubs goes in, takes care of that, knocks him down. Vipero throws him in the ring, and that was almost a win right there for the Syndicate, but JP kicking out in one. What is going on? The Royale Eagle. Welcome to the stream. JP now, can he get it turned around again? Whips Dubs into the ring, and again, you gotta be careful because this is where JP is dangerous and can turn it around with a quickness. Vipero was getting over there, was gonna break it up, would have been much too late, but Dubs kicking out. In two, now here we go. Oh, did you see that? Vipero went to stop it, but JP ducks underneath it, gets off the missile drop kick into Dubs that goes right in to the center. And even though Dubs rolled out of the way one time, did not roll out of it again. And this has turned into a match where maybe in the beginning you didn't think it was going to be one, but now it is. No telling which way this is even going to go. Dubs trying to let you know right now which way it's going to go. JP, though, will not stay down. Dubs letting the hands go. And you thought you ducked the 1 foot, but he hit you with another. And then gets over here, gets Vipero tagged in. And we thought, anyway, in the booth, we thought we were about to see something else. But look at this. Vipero getting in, and that was going to be the snake bite. JP, though, somehow gets out of the way, whips Vipero back into the corner. But you know Vipero's got it loaded up. Is he going to be able to hit you? Oh, tried it again, but instead it is JP's finisher incoming. Hits Vipero, grabs the leg. 1, 2, 3, and we have we do not have brand new. The Syndicate rules, totally forgot Syndicate rules. You have to eliminate both members to beat them. Andrew Dubs now puts the finisher onto JP. Jake Plague there to break it up, however. And Andrew Dubs is now in the fight of his life to try to retain the Universal Tag Team Championships. Using Lucille now on JP, and I mean just laying into him with that baseball bat. How JP is even alive right now, who knows, much less still in this match. Thought he might have gone for the pin, to be fair. Whips him again into the corner. Rounded second base, goes upstairs. Is he going to roll him up now? No. And you got to believe it would have been over, right? I don't think JP could have held on anymore. I don't think any mortal man could have. But Andrew Dubs continuing the punishment on JP. Jake Plague still in this match. Vipero, you can hear him giving Dubs a little bit of words of encouragement as he went by. And look at this. Everywhere JP's head goes, so does blood. Blood now all over the mat. JP bleeding profusely. Thought he might have gone for it again. Thought he might have tried to get the pin in it again. But Dubs not doing it just yet. Now setting him up for it one more time. Is he going to be able to get the pin this time? Grabs the leg again. 1, 2, 3, and we are down to a one-on-one match. Andrew Dubs versus Jake Plague. All the title belts on the line right here. Both title belts, the Universal World Tag Team Championships on the line. Did JP do enough? Did he do enough damage to Dubs? Even though he's out, is Dubs going to be able to fight? You can see JP left his blood everywhere. If it was a murder scene, the cops would have no problem figuring out who done it. Now Jake Plague trying to return that favor, getting fired up with the baseball bat. Dubs getting out of the way. Jake, though, bringing it in for the real thing. 1 power bomb. 2 power bombs. 3 power bombs, a lady. Goes, pushes the chin. 1, 2. And Dubs able to kick out in 2. Holy Moses. JP, the other JP, in the match now. And look at this. Is he going to get it locked in? He's got it locked in. Is Dubs going to tap out? No, Dubs does not tap out. JP, I think he sensed he wasn't going to. And let him back up to try to maintain control. Jake Plague has maintained control since coming into this match. Can Dubs get this thing turned back around? Can he find a way to retain the title belts? Oh, right in the chest. You would think that would do it now, going outside the ring. Grabbing the kendo stick. And look at that. Don't say Jake Plague's not a team player. Pausing for all the photographers out there, letting them get their magazine shots. But look at that. Plague coming in, trying to bring it in for the real thing. Dubs, though, getting out of the way, and now powerbomb up against the ring. And look, Dubs giving up the size to Jake Plague. But not letting that affect. Now Dubs staying on the outside of the ring. What is he doing? And again, just look at all the blood. You wonder how brutal this match is. You wonder how hard fought this match is. Referee up to 5. Dubs wisely waiting. Goes, tries to hit him again, but now referee's count restarted back to 1. Dubs realizing that, throws him into the ring, going underneath the mat, getting a guitar, jumping in. Is he going to get that in? No! Jake Plague breaks that up, takes Dubs over into the corner. And look at that move. Dubs' finisher starts in the corner. Now Jake, this might be it. We might have brand new champions. And no, Andrew Dubs continues to find a way to kick out of the pinfalls. Now getting it turned back around. Is he going to be able? No, Jake getting it turned back around. Now in the center of the ring, whips him back into the corner. Grabs the guitar, throws it, breaks that guitar, but look at that no-sell. Dubs goes down to the ground, gets his foot up, anticipating it, and this might be it. This might be all over but the cry, and it is the finisher. Dubs hooking the leg. 1, 2, 3, and the Syndicate against all odds will retain the Universal Tag Team titles.
Here are your winners, and still the Universal World Heavyweight Tag Team Champions, the Syndicate.
I am telling you right now, tonight there's been 3 matches. 3 matches to include this one that could go down as the match of the year. Are you kidding me right now? Somehow, JP Squared fights back, gets Vipero out. It is up to Dubs. It is only Dubs the last one in there to retain the titles. Ends up beating JP and then takes an absolute ass whooping from Jake Plague and still finds a way to win. If you wonder why they're champions, rewatch this match because that is exactly why. R2K can always be a part of this show. Absolutely. Yeah, and my bad. I should have realized that was you, brother. Yeah, R2K from Solo Season Universe is Mr. Yeah. Go check out R2K's channel. Go check out Mr. Yeah's channel, another content creator, another guy who is also in Solo Season Universe. But yeah, we can bring you into this universe as well. No problems with that. All you got to do, upload your character using the hashtag Totes. That's hashtag TOTES. As soon as I see it, I will upload it, and then we will get you rolling on the channel for sure. Yeah, no, I did too. Totally forgot. Just didn't realize it. Just didn't realize it. All right, guys, we are now down to the main event. The main event of the evening. A WCW Special Series title belt on the line. The Women's Survival title on the line here tonight. And you're starting to see with these Special Series titles, you're starting to see more of the mainstream wrestlers even going after them now because they still give you a boost. All the title belts in this universe give a boost. So you're starting to see the leader of the Hart Foundation, Bobbi Hart, Jane, world champion and a Divas champion. Different members of different factions. Misti Watson, former world title. Witcher, former world title. Like, it is absolutely crazy what is going on. Now, remember, this is absolutely...
The following contest is an Elimination Chamber match and is for the WCW Extreme Classic Championship. Introducing the champion representing the NWO from Austin, Texas, the WCW Extreme Classic Champion, the Grim Reaper, Mighty Watson.
Absolutely funny, but in real life and for a very long time, Misti Watson, as far as girls go, and besides my wife, best friend. They're also best friends, but this is like, if you ever met Misti or me in real life, she is like the female version of me. Very interesting. But the current champion. So what we do know is the champion will not have to go from position 1 or 2. It's not always that way. Again, it's completely random. So being able to defend these titles, very, very hard.
And introducing the challenger, representing D-Generation X from the Garden of Eden, Allison Wagner.
Allison Wagner, the only female version of D-Generation X. Now making her way down to the ring, Jace Wagner, the leader of D-Generation X. Allison Wagner, his wife. Jace Wagner, my brother. So, figure that one out. It's funny, I like showing these guys their characters, you know what I mean? But again, as we grow, that's why I say there's always room for those who want to be in this universe. There's always going to be room, we'll always make room. Period.
And introducing the challenger, representing the Bikers from Austin, Texas, the Superstar, Tony the Witch Cox.
So Tony the Witch Cox. And look, this is kind of funny. R2K, if you didn't know, the Witcher came from here. Digital Dogs came from here. Eagle Star will have come from here. So there's going to be some people in the other universe mode. Absolutely came from right here. Witcher is a real person, though. And she is very involved in making her characters. For sure. Matter of fact, too, Witcher even helped this year help create digital. So, I was doing it, but now she's actually helped create digital. And a Mrs. Money in the Bank. So, something to definitely keep an eye on. Witcher, of course, in that epic battle here as of late for her bike. But now that that's done, she could probably get back to focusing on what being Miss Money in the Bank really means.
And introducing the challenger from Shangri-La, Pee-wee.
Penny, this is... Now, you can't see it because of the cage being in the way. But if this was the original entrance, one of my favorite entrances, a lot to do with timing, a lot to do with pyro, a lot to do with a lot of things, but one of the better entrances that I've ever made. I made some really interesting things. Yeah, so it's funny when you're here and you see some of the stuff, and then you see some of the other wrestlers. It's interesting knowing like where they come from. But here we go. Now we know the 4 that it's not going to be. But here we go with the 2 starting. Now, nobody ever on the women's side has ever started from position 1 or 2 in this match with the belt on the line and won the title. And I say that because the title matches, it's not every 30 seconds that they get released. It's every 2 minutes.
And introducing the challenger, representing the Hart Foundation from Toronto, Ontario, Canada, Bobbi Hart.
Yeah, that's why in some of my things over there, I'm like, I'm the one who brought this and I'm the one who brought it. You know, it's hard to call me a rookie. Been running my own federation for a second. So, yeah, it's interesting. But yeah, and just recently, back into the game, but just recently, have we added so many WCW Special Series titles for the women? We had them lined up for the men already. But when we started adding the Outlaw Championship for the men, now I started bringing on the same thing for the women. Of course, right now we have 32 women wrestlers. 33. Yeah, 33. With the addition of Serra, Repentia, and TAMMY, we now have 33 women wrestlers, and we have enough. We have enough.
Introducing the challenger, representing the Order from Leeds, England, the Universal Women's International Champion and one half of the Universal Women's World Tag Team Champions, the Legend Killer, Jane.
But we have enough now to start the women's war games. Now, we got to get through the men, get them down to 8. I have a funny feeling once we get them down to 8, I can add in the 8 women's teams and continue the shows the way we've been doing it, but add the women's factions in and keep a separate tally. So, without the addition, so thank you, Repentia, thank you, Serra, thank you, TAMMY, for coming over. You exactly rounded it out perfectly. Not that we won't take on more, not that we can't take in more, but you rounded it out perfectly, and now the women can start their war games. And right on time. It should start as early as next week. And guys, when I talk in weeks, and it could be tomorrow. We know this week we have Thunder. The last episode to round out our week inside the universe is Wrestle War. When we start Nitro, that starts a brand new week of wrestling. Now, we could have an episode a day. We could not. Don't know. Just have to see. But you see the kind of success Jane has been having here as of late. It looked like at one time Bobbi Hart was going to kind of start building on that success too. Bobbi Hart, absolutely shocked she has not been a world champion. And I mean on the level of Aussie. Bobbi Hart easily for the longest time was our most realistic looking wrestler, whether man or woman. Now starting to get a lot of the women down, a lot of the men down to where they're looking very, very good. But absolutely shocked, the leader of the Hart Foundation hasn't won the world title as of yet. She would start to make like this build-up and almost get to where she was going to get to, and then all of a sudden out of nowhere, just not happen. Just lose all the momentum, start losing the matches, start doing the whatever. But now Allison Wagner making her way into the ring, turning this in to a triple threat match. And remember, still Elimination Chamber match, still an elimination match. So the last one standing inside the ring will be crowned the WCW Special Series Survival Champion. Current champion right now is Misti Watson, but you saw Jane walking down to the ring with 2 title belts, not just the Universal Tag Team Champion. She has been a Universal World Champion and also holds right now the Universal Divas Champion. So first Grand Slam champion on the men or women's side at the Universal level. There's 3 belts, 1 tag team, 2 singles belt, kind of like a World, a US, and a tag team belt. So World, a Diva, and a tag team belt. So first person ever to hold all 3 titles, not even at the same time, just win all 3 titles. We have about 4 other wrestlers that are on the verge, but they're missing one, either a world title typically or a tag team title. I think it's Penny. I think Penny's coming out right now. And I'm wrong. The champion coming out right now. So the champion, so far nobody eliminated in this match, and the champion going to have to get after it. The champion gonna have to do what she needs to do. And I'm just really torn right now because we have some time. And Mrs. Totes called, and I told you what the rules are. If Mrs. Totes calls, I got to answer it. So hold on 1 second. Typically it doesn't take that long, but we saw Allison Wagner getting eliminated from the match already. And now all competitors are in the ring, but still, remember, Allison Wagner was the 3rd one to come in. Penny almost hitting her with the penny dropper, with the old, what we call the penny dropper. It's a very obvious move when you see it, but Bobbi Hart, at the end of the day, Bobbi Hart and Jane still from position 1 and 2. Now Jane setting up for her finisher. Can she get it in? Last dance of Mary Jane. One more chance to pin your opponent. Yeah. Here she goes. 1, 2. And somehow Bobbi Hart kicks out of that. Penny hits Witcher with a DDT, and it looks like Misti and Penny are kind of teaming up right there on Witcher. Bobbi Hart now fighting through. But the reason why you always got to answer the phone when Mrs. McGoats calls is because we're going to get brisket from Buc-ee's tonight. And if you haven't had brisket from Buc-ee's, what are you doing with your life? I'm serious. Think about that for a second. Like, what are you doing? You got to figure it out. Absolutely crazy. If you've ever tasted it, you know what I'm talking about. I'm a brisket connoisseur. You can't be from Texas and not know what good brisket tastes like. You know what I mean? I'm telling you, the ladies, yeah, they are on another level. I could have a complete universe with nothing but the ladies, and it would be a very exciting match. Bobbi now has Jane down on the inside. Witcher fighting through Misti, trying to get back to her feet. You know, Penny having a lot to do with this universe. Really kind of was in a management role for a while, but now back in the WCW, back in a wrestling mode. Witcher trying to gain that momentum again. I know why she hasn't cashed in the Money in the Bank as of yet. Trying to get back. You know, that last feud took a lot out of her. No matter what happens, you got to know it did. Bobbi Hart now grabbing the leg of Jane. 1, 2. And the referee almost looking like she was trying to help out Bobbi Hart. Just knocking Jane upside the noggin. She put the hand upside her head. She put the hand upside her head. Bobbi Hart with a huge slam. This might do it right here. Grabs the leg. 1, 2, 3. And Jane will not hold on to 3 title belts. Only one way you can hold on to 3 title belts. Have a main WCW title, have a Universal Tag Team title, and then have a Special Series title. Now, typically wouldn't happen, but look at this. The thing that might be saving Witcher, Penny's got a pin on Witcher right now, but Witcher having a chance to kind of relax because Misti put in a submission hold. Referee dialed in on that right there. And now Misti trying to get after Penny. Penny turning it back around, but threw Witcher in to the ring. Now Bobbi Hart getting after Witcher. Rolls the leg. 2, 3. And Witcher, and don't get me wrong, I don't think Witcher needed the title, to be fair. I think she needs to be focused on what is going on with the contract inside that briefcase. 2, 3, and now it is down to the champion and a person from the beginning of the match. Can Bobbi Hart become the first woman ever to start at position 1 or 2 to start the match and then win it? And she is going to have to beat the champion. She is going to have to beat a former world champion. But there it is, Red's redemption, and it might be all over but the pinning. And Misti will retain the WCW Special Series Survival Championship.
Here is your winner, and still WCW Extreme Classic Champion, the Grim Reaper, Mighty Watson.
Congratulations going out to Misti Watson. Retains the WCW Women's Special Series title belt, the Survival Championship. So far, she was the first winner and the only winner. It's only been defended twice, or fought for twice. She won it and has defended it. So, again, hats off to her, a member of the oldest faction in the WCW 2.0. Guys, thank you for everything you do. It is amazing what has been going on here lately. You look at the stats for the channel, the stats of the stuff that's going on, and that is all because of you. That is all because of the people that you guys are bringing in. That's all because of the people that you're introducing to the channel. This is our community. You guys are building that community, and it is amazing. It's a crazy thing to see, and I appreciate it. And I want you guys to know how much I appreciate it. But that is going to do it for us here tonight. Remember, drop a like on the video. Subscribe if you're new. Turn on the bell notification so you don't miss anytime we go live. Share the video. And if it so moves you, what is going on, Cray? Welcome to the stream. I see you. I see you. But if it so moves you, become a member of the channel. That helps us. I don't keep the money. Right now, we are building the money up to give away an actual title belt. We are going to give away a replica title belt that is going to be over. Right now, the ones that I've seen are over $150. Some of them are upwards of $400. So as we keep building this thing, that is what we're going to do. We're just going to have to figure that out and figure out what goes on. Nice. And know this. I am also a veteran, 100% disabled veteran. So there is that. Always welcome veterans for show. Spent 5 years over in Iraq, 1 in the military, 4 as a contractor. Kind of chased my platoon going over there and then ended up staying, long story, on what all that means. But trying to help out soldiers and improve their lives. Did some very cool things as a contractor, as a matter of fact, as well. Yeah, so, but I appreciate everything you guys are doing. If you are a veteran, thank you for your service, and we will catch all of you guys in the next one. 12 Bravo. Peace.